All right. So we move to the next question then. The next question is coming from Huang Mai Win. Is regarding the APM. Are there any common indicators to measure the effectiveness of the outcome model?
Yeah, absolutely. But it depends that what is the outreach model you are following. Suppose you are following emails, right? So you have to see that open rate, click rate. This is one indicator. Second is if your email is interactive, if you are trying to solicit some response from the recipient of the email, that response rate is another indicator. So you have to before you get into any campaign, you have to define the KPIs of that campaign. That okay, if my what is the objective? My objective is to educate the user, so I will focus on open rate. That open rate. My objective is to land the user to a particular microsite or a landing page somewhere on my site, so I will hit the click rate. I will measure the click rate because that is my objective. My objective is to get information from the user. If I am sending a questionnaire, so I will measure the response rate. How many email replies I have got. So you have to decide on what type of campaign you are running and what is the kind of objective you are trying to fulfill. At you are at what stage of that entire ABM model? That okay, you are just simply coldly outreaching, you are trying to cascade information about your product, or you are trying to establish a thought leadership position where you are talking about the industry advancement, the technological advancement. So here the open rate is a good enough indicator. That means people are opening. And if you want to further drill down into what is the time they spend on reading your emails, then there are various plugin tools which you can do there and gauge that time spent on your email also. So it will depend on your objective. You can create your parameters and you can accordingly measure your performance. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajesh. To add on this one, in sales and ABM, or even you perform in sales, you have to think about step by step. You cannot think from one step to and bypassing the step. And each of the step you have to measure the outcome. Like an example, you send out an email will not get you a deal. That's the way people try. Most of a lot of sales are doing mistake. An email will not get you a deal. An email can give you an open rate that will give an indicator, and an open rate will give you also a click rate. That's an indicator.
Yeah.
And based on your open rate and click rate, you have to define your or follow-up mechanism. And when you do the right follow-up, the ultimate conversion of the email will not be a sell call, a sell meeting. Sales deal too. Ultimate conversion will be a sales call or a sales meeting. So the same, because some of the clients normally could be hard and they could ask for sales call before then a sales meeting. So your ultimate conversion of your sales email is actually a sales meeting. So when you're in the meeting, now your mission will be when you're doing this email and when you're doing this all calls and you're running the meeting, your mission is to build the trust on the table. So use your every possible expertise and product knowledge to build in the table and make it very clear to your client that what you're capable of and what is your product capable of and how your product will solve their problem. And if you just make it very clear to them, they will willing to buy your deal immediately, or they will start to consider your product with the pricing thing. And so this is where the step by step you gotta go. And many salesperson always like to hack the whole process, and that's the way they actually mess up their whole sales process. You cannot expect a phone call to get a deal. I mean, you will never get it. I mean, if somebody said that in a phone to you that okay, I'm gonna get sign the deal with you, something wrong here. That person may be just joking with you, or maybe somebody is not in the world, somewhere else. I mean, this is what it is. It's somebody need to meet you in B2B deal and have to, and so that's why your mission is about when you go to the meeting, you gotta bring the right people to go with you as well. You need to firstly you have to prepare. There's no alternatives of your preparation. So in a sales meeting, you cannot control the mood of the people who are dealing from your clients, but you can always prepare yourself at your best. So what is the preparation? First, understanding and doing research about the clients, understand and research about the person you're going to meet in the sales deal from the client side. And now when you have these two, you have to think about, okay, can I deal it alone, or should I get my leader, or should I even get my CEO? Based on the profile of your opponent from your, I mean, not that the opponent is not the right word, some counterpart, which is your clients, who they are coming to the meeting. Based on that one, you have to design your right participant into that meeting, and then you are well ready, means you are prepared. Because if you do any of them missing, you will not be able to successfully do the sales meeting, because sales meeting is the main meeting where you get an opportunity to close the deal. By the way, again, your sales meeting will not get you the deal. The sales meeting, the outcome of the sales meeting will be a proposal. This is the point. All these people think about, oh, I'm getting a sales meeting, we're going to close the deal. No, it's not. A sales meeting will get you a proposal. It means a outcome of the sales meeting will be you send out a proposal to your client, and then client will have a look to you and they can get back to you with a yes or no. Now, if they don't get back to you, you have to do follow-ups, 1, 2, over the phone, over the email. And you can do the same. You can do the follow-ups, and you can measure your metrics. They open the email or not. If they're not open the email, you can make the calls. If they make the calls, they don't pick up, you can reach to them in the LinkedIn and different other mechanism. And then, however, if a client is not replying to you email, means they don't really care about your proposal too. It's also an indication too. So it means you have not successfully built the trust in the table yet. But if you do this preparation well, and you do the right meeting with the right people from your side to your team, and then you will be able, they will look at your proposal and they'll get back to you and say yes, or they will try to negotiate you with the price. And that is the exciting part. So that's the part today Rajneesh was explaining to you earlier in this training, how to use your kind strength. What is the word, Rajneesh? I forgot it. What did you say, the exact word? The exact word I love that exact word. The exact word was is friendly strength. Yes.
Yeah.
You have to use your friendly strength to deal that negotiation price, and that is why I personally requested Ranjit to bring that part in this training program to help you guys. So then you come to use your friendly strength to close the deal. And if you use a friendly strength, 90 to 95% deal will close. But here's the point. You don't need to get 100% of the deal. There's no point. I mean, everyone will not be working with you, and you will probably don't want to work with some client who just want to give you unrealistic expectations on you as well too. So a 20 to 40 or 50 or 60% conversions of a proposal is actually a very good proposal. If you look at the industry basis, B2B sales conversion, what is your conversion rate, Ranjit, in your previous company, in your proposal to deal closer?
30 to 40 at the best.
You see, 30 to 40 is a really good number, actually, really good number. Ranjit is a world-class salesman, but he closed 30 to 40% sales deal. That means this is already very good. Normally in Vietnamese company with their poor sales quality, they actually close like 10 to 20% of the deal.
Yeah.
But as long as you do the right dealing, you can close 30 to 40, and even 60% you can go, as long as you have the right preparation and all those things.